Happy Hump Day. We got a full 15 game slate today and a Dinger Tuesday winner. Let's talk some baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're here to talk some more baseball. I'm just not happy because we went 1-3 yesterday. I thought we were headed towards a good day. We won our first bet very, very easily, and then it went south. We couldn't get Bobby Witt to get a hit, so on and so on. We'll talk about the bets recap here in a little bit, but we do have a Dinger Tuesday winner. I am going to announce that after I let you know the NBA Best Bets video is out now. We're on a 22-10 run. Go check that out. But the Dinger Tuesday winner this week is at Matt6864027. Congratulations on the win as he picked Josh Lowe at plus 630 and he hits a bomb in his first at bat. So congratulations. That is the winner today. We had a ton of teams that didn't score a lot of runs. Not a lot of home runs hit actually today. So that was kind of unfortunate. But anyways, I'm ready to get into it because we got a full 15 game slate today. And it starts with the baseball fun fact. And I got two stats to give you that was just interesting to me. That's all. Here we go. If Ichiro, that's right, the Mariner, would have come over to the Major League Baseball at age 22 and had a 200 hit season every single year between the ages of 22 and 26, and then had his normal actual hit totals after that, he still would not have caught Pete Rose. That was a lot of info. I know. I'm just saying, if he would have came over like 4 or 5 years earlier and had a 200 hit season every year before when he actually started, still would not catch Pete Rose. That's insane. And another stat, just like that, if someone were to steal 70 bases per season every single year for 20 years, they still wouldn't catch Ricky Henderson. That's absolutely insane. But just some fun facts that I found. So in this video, we're going to recap yesterday, unfortunately, and then we're going to go over the good hitter matchups. And it's Wednesday, which means you get even more research. We talk who's on fire, hitters on fire the last 7 days, then the good pitcher strikeout matchups today. We take a look at that entire pitcher report, and then we end it with the best bets and the bets recap. So hit that like button like you guys have been doing, and also that comment. Any single comment and like really helps this channel grow. We're on our way to 25,000 subscribers. Insane to just say it out loud. Thank you guys so much. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and join this awesome community. I know we had a losing day in bets, but leave a comment below. Let me know any bets you got from all that research help. Hopefully you guys got some winners there too. But I'm ready to get into it, and it means we start with the recap. All right, here we go. Let me just let out my anger, and then we'll move on. Rangers team total over 4.5 runs. What if I told you they hit 3 home runs? They did, and they scored 3 runs off of them with solo bombs. They ended up with 4 freaking runs. Semien had the bases loaded 1 inning, and the guy just walked someone. Ben Lively did, and then he throws sliders outside of the other batter's box, and Semien, in the first 3 pitches, not one pitch was a strike. It should have been a 3-0 count. Semien up with the bases loaded. Instead, it was a 1-2 count, and then he swings and misses again to strike out. I mean, it just is what it is, guys. We got lost on the hook at 4 runs. They hit 3 bombs. I don't know what to say, but he got out of some jams. And then Reese Olson over 17.5 outs recorded. It's right up there with Max Fried as one of the best bets we've had all year, probably, to be honest with you. And they happen to be 2 pitchers that face the Miami Marlins. I love watching a pitcher go against them because they swing early and often, and they're usually outs, and it goes quick. He needed, I think it was like 70-something pitches or something, maybe even less than that. Angels team total under 1.5 in the first 5. And this is what's tough about baseball. You don't get in necessarily every sport. One swing of the bat does it. And that was a 3-run home run by, I think, Logan Ohape, or however you pronounce his name. A 3-run home run in the 4th inning, and there we go. That is a loss. It's unlike basketball, where one shot doesn't necessarily kill you. You still have a chance. Baseball, it's not like that. And then William Contreras just gets it done again. He's just on an absolute tear, guys. The leading hitter in the majors. But it didn't matter because I happened to pick one of the very few nights that Bobby Witt Jr. does not get a hit. And one of his 4 at-bats, he walked also. That did not help. So he had 3 chances. He hit 1 line drive really hard, but again, right at somebody. It just woulda, coulda, shoulda. It is what it is. But that's what we had. So the game bets are absolutely killing me. I can't hit team totals. I just can't hit to save my life, or over-unders or money line. Overall, we are down 14.68 units on those. And you take those away, and we're up almost 10 units. So maybe I should figure that out, huh? But anyways, player props carrying us up 7.69 units. There's the breakdown. I'm transparent with you guys every single day because I just want you guys to get winners, whatever that means. So that's the bets recap for yesterday. It's time to move on, and that means we start with the good hitter matchups. All right, we got 18 good hitter matchups for you today, and there's a lot of them. We got quite a bit of Los Angeles Dodgers hitters up here against Logan Webb. Freddie Freeman up there, 13 for 29. Mookie Betts, 9 for 26 with a couple bombs. Muncy, how about 9 for 24 with 3 home runs off Logan Webb? Logan Webb's a solid pitcher, but when you're facing these Dodgers hitters, and he faces them a lot, you run into this. But other than that, home run wise, nobody hitting just a ton. We got Bo Bichette over there against Bradish. That game was canceled, so those numbers just carry over to today. And then Gunnar Henderson, the bottom right, 3 for 6, and 2 of those 3 hits against Bassett Hound were home runs. And then other than that, we just got some other hot hitters. Alejandro Kirk, 5 for 10. Carlos Correa, 5 for 10 against Marcus Stroman, so on and so on. So anyways, take a screenshot. Hopefully this helps you get some winners. And now let's talk who's on fire. All right, it's that time of the week where we talk hitters on fire in the last 7 days. We got about a page and a half of info. Again, in baseball, sometimes just betting guys on hot streaks, unless you're me and you bet on Bobby Witt and he can't get a hit. But usually that could get you some winners. So if you're new, this is the deal. You got to have a minimum of 20 at-bats, and you got to be hitting 340 or higher in the last 7 days. If you see something in green, those are the leaders in the clubhouse with those with the minimum 20 at bats and 340 or higher. So you see some lesser name people on here. Not every one of them, but Yordan Alvarez, obviously not lesser name, but he's swinging the bat well again. We got 2 guys hitting 500, Brent Rooker and William Contreras. Like I've told you, William Contreras is one of the best 2-strike hitters in the league, one of the best hitters in the league. He was leading Shohei Ohtani going into yesterday for batting average. He's just been unbelievable. But so those 2 are hitting 500. Brent Rooker is tied with 2 home runs with some other players on the second page. But Charlie Blackmon, the aging veteran, hitting 409 and is leading with 9 RBIs. Just absolutely impressive. But we got Tovar up there and Brendan Rodgers. Rockies are playing well right now. I believe they just beat Dylan Cease somehow. But 360 for Brendan Rodgers. Simeon, who I just made fun of, hitting 400. And so on and so on. Tommy Pham has been really solid for the White Sox. Great pickup for them, hitting leadoff and all that. So that's page 1. Take a screenshot, and then let's move on to page 2. And there is another hitter tied at 500. Yandy Diaz off to a slow start, but he's back to hitting the way he can hit. And then him and O'Neal Cruz also with 2 home runs to tie it, along with Shea Langoliers. He can hit some bombs for the Oakland A's. So and he has 8 RBIs as well. So anyways, that's page 1. That's page 2. Hopefully this helps you get some winners, and that is the hitters on fire in the last 7 days. And now let's talk some arms. All right, we got 2 good matchups for you today. Michael King versus the Rockies. Everyone versus the Rockies. Dylan Cease yesterday, by the way, he had an 8.5 number, and he didn't make it a full 6 innings, and he had 8 Ks on the dot, so you would have lost on the hook if you took him. But Michael King against the Rockies, 3rd highest K percentage versus righties. As you know, the Rockies strike out a lot. And then King, 54 Ks in 49 innings this season. Just a quick note, he had 11 Ks last start. You guys know it. I had Michael King over 2.5 earned runs, and he absolutely just dominated the Dodgers. Just crushed them. Had 11 Ks versus them. But again, he faced the Rockies earlier this season. He only had 5 Ks. So he's been kind of all over the place, to be honest with you. And the second one, so Taj Bradley. He's only making his 2nd start this year. He pitched last year, though. But he's going up against the Red Sox, who have the 7th highest K percentage versus righties at 24.2. Now, Bradley's numbers this year, 7 Ks in 6 innings. That's all he's gotten so far. So I wanted to give you some numbers from last year, let you kind of know what kind of pitcher he is. 129 Ks in 104.2 innings. And he had 7 Ks in his first start, and that was against the Yankees. They have the 4th lowest K rate. Now he's facing the 7th highest K rate in the Red Sox. So those are the 2 best pitcher strikeout matchups that we have for you for May 15th. And now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, these are the first 8 matchups today. We got some lesser known pitchers here, like Gasser for the Milwaukee Brewers, making only a 2nd start, got a late start to the season. Had a good first start. It was against the Cardinals, who they've been struggling, so take that for what it is. But other than that, we got Bassett versus Bradish, another good matchup. We talked about it yesterday already. Same numbers. Game just got moved to today. I believe they're still pitching. If they're not, obviously check out that before you make your bet. Then we got a battle of completely different lefties in Chicago. Garrett Crochet, who throws hard and his pitches move a lot. He has a 2.31 expected ERA, a 34.2% K rate, going up against Patrick Soft Toss Corbin, who might not hit 80 on the radar gun. 14.8% K rate. Happy Patrick Corbin Day to everybody. 12.7 hits per 9 innings. And then I got the lefty, who's been throwing pretty well, kind of under the radar. Andrew Abbott, actually, 3.49 expected ERA. I faded him one time, and I don't think it went well. But anyways, him and Brandon Pfaadt, two youngsters with about average K rates, and then Michael King. Like I said, he was bad to start the season. Last couple starts, you're starting to see some signs of him finally turning it around. We'll see if that is a sign of something good. And then Ranger Suarez just been absolutely unbelievable this year, and I'm going to talk about him a little bit more later. So that is page one. Take a screenshot. If you're new to this, all the averages are on the bottom just to help you guys out. You can look at walks if you like to bet that. Ks, hits per 9 innings. Hopefully it's just a good way to start your day with your MLB betting. Now let's move on to page two. All right, these are the final 7 matchups we have today. We got no pitcher listed as of recording for the Chicago Cubs going up against Uncle Charlie Morton of the Braves. And then we got same kind of thing with the two lefties earlier. We got a hard-throwing guy versus not a hard-throwing guy. And Pablo Lopez versus Marcus Stroman there in Minnesota. Pablo Lopez, 2.61 expected ERA, over a 31% K rate, just absolutely incredible. But again, the Yankees do not strike out a lot. And then we got Lance Lynn down there. By the way, Lynn is a middle name. I don't think Lynn is really a last name. I know it's his, but just pointing that out. Going up against Griffin Amacanning. I faded him one time and he obviously dominated that game, but 5.75 ERA. He has a low K rate. An average walk rate. He is nothing special there. And then other than that, Logan Webb going up against the Dodgers. Some players that have absolutely raked against them, but Logan Webb has dominated at home too. So we'll see what gives there. I also do not see a pitcher yet for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And then up there on the top, we got Taj Bradley. We already talked about him. Only one start so far, going up against Tanner Houck, who's been really good. Under a 3 ERA and expected ERA, a very low whip with a pretty good K rate, and an elite walk rate at 3.8. So that's all my rambling. Those are all the matchups for today. Take a screenshot. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this segment of the show is brought to you by our sponsor, Better Bet. That's BTR Bet, the best place to find, track, analyze, and share your bets. Click that link below in the description and go check it out. All right, we take ourselves out to Philadelphia, where the Phillies host the New York Mets. Phillies on the money line, minus 192. Mets money line, plus 160, and a total of 7.5 runs. We're going player prop because that's what we've been really good at this year, and I love this bet. Ranger Suarez, the lefty for the Phillies, under 5.5 hits allowed at minus 120 on DraftKings. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really understand this line. I know that doesn't always mean a win, but I just don't. He has maybe been the best, under the radar pitcher in the major league. Seriously, he's been unbelievable. He has a 1.5 ERA, like you just saw, 2.43 expected ERA. He has only given up 5.2 hits per 9 innings. That is just insane. It's definitely the lowest hits per 9 on the card if you don't count the guys that just had one starter or anything like that, and one of the lowest in the entire major leagues. It helps when you have a 28% K rate. He's missing some bats, which is obviously something you want to see because you can't get a hit unless your bat touches the ball. I know, it's crazy science. Also, he's given up a 58.8% ground ball rate, 94th percentile in the majors. It's been really impressive. Let's just talk about him real quick because I just like it. But he has a changeup. Opponents are hitting .029 against his changeup. That's just ridiculous. With a 21.7% swinging strike rate, 89th percentile. They're hitting 221 off his sinker, 156 off his fastball. It is really tough to hit. He has a great mix of pitches. He has elite command. He is a pitcher. He's not a guy. He just shows that you don't have to be a guy that throws 98 to 100 to dominate in this league. He is a very good pitcher. Now, he's given up 5 or less hits in 6 of his 8 starts this year. So that's a good hit rate. On the road, he's been dynamite. He has never given up more than 4 hits on the road this year, giving up 3, 3, 2, and 4 hits. And one of those games, I think it was the 3-hit game, was against the Padres, and he went 8 innings against the Padres and still only gave up 3 hits. He is tough to hit, guys. Now, obviously, hits, you could always get bloopers and things like that, but I still think 5.5 is too high. He's facing the Mets versus lefties this year. The Mets, 23rd in batting average. So this number, you think it'd be a little higher because maybe he's facing a good team. The Mets are not a very good team against lefties. 23rd batting average, 22nd on base percentage, 20th in walk rate. They have a low K rate versus lefties, and that's about their only good quality that they have. But I think Suarez can just easily dice them up, and I don't think he's going to give up more than 5 hits. So just the crazy thing is he's given up 31 hits in 54 innings. You see a lot of guys giving up almost about a hit per inning or a little less. 31 and 54 is insane. That's incredible. I'm going to ride the train. Give me Ranger Suarez, the lefty, under 5.5 hits allowed at minus 120 as my first best bet. All right, this second and final best bet of the video, again, I'll have more in the pinned comments in the morning, is going to be a hitter parlay. Give me Tommy Pham and William Contreras, 1+ hit each at -112 on FanDuel. So let's start with Mr. Tommy Pham. I don't understand, by the way, why he took so long to find a team, because he's been a good hitter. He was good for the D-backs last year. He's a good hitter for the White Sox right now. He's hitting 348 in the last 7 days. He's hitting 293 on the season. He hits leadoff for the White Sox, which might mean an extra at bat. And he has 1+ hit in 8 of his last 10 games. And oh, by the way, he is facing Patrick freaking Corbin. I mean, Corbin gives up more hits than a pinata at a kid's birthday party. He is absolutely horrendous. Pham, he happens to be 7 for 17 with a home run off of Mr. Corbin. So you got to love that. I like him to stay hot here, get another hit. And then William Contreras, 1+ hit. What else can I say about this guy? He has gotten a hit every single time we put a bet on him. It doesn't necessarily mean the guy with him has got it, but he has. And he's just absolutely dominated. He is hitting 354 this year. He is leading the entire major leagues as a catcher. It's just unbelievable. He's on an 8-game hitting streak. He has 1+ hit in 15 of his last 16 games. He is he is a top 10 hitter with 2 strikes. And I saw it today in his first at bat. He had like a 9 or 10 pitch at bat, and he kept battling it off, gets an outside pitch, just goes with it, just throws it right into right field. It was just beautiful to see. He is locked in right now at the plate. He's facing lefty Martin Perez. He's given up 50 hits in 45 innings. Very hittable. Not a guy who misses a lot of bats. Contreras hitting just over 300 versus lefties this year, so hitting better versus righties, but it's a very small sample size. Last year, he hit 357 off lefties. He can crush lefties. He is the man. Give me William Contreras and Tommy Pham, 1+ hit each at -112 as my second and final best bet of the video. Again, I will add at least 1, maybe 2 more best bets. It'll be in the pinned comments. It will be on X, and it will be on Discord. When I say the morning, I mean morning my time. I'm West Coast, just so you guys know. It'll be afternoon for a lot of you probably once I wake up and get through the toddlers and all that. But there will be bets out. I know some people have been asking where and when and all that. So anyways, thank you for listening, for all the research help and the best bets. Let's get some winners. Now let's check out the bets recap. All right, we got 2 best bets for you. Ranger Suarez under 5.5 hits allowed at -120, and Tommy Pham, William Contreras, 1+ hit each at -112. Those are the only 2 best bets right now, but again, I will add more. It'll be in the morning my time, probably afternoon for most of you, in the pinned comments on X and on Discord. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. Again, go check out that NBA best bets videos. We look to stay hot on a 22-10 run, and hit that like button if you haven't already. But hope everyone has a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.